So what threat does this strike pose to the Canadian economy?
Well, it very much depends on how long it goes. And so if it's resolved relatively quickly, it'll have a very minor impact, if any, on the overall economy. But the federal employment is a big part of the Canadian economy generally. And so personnel spending of the federal government makes up about 2% of GDP on its own. Now, that's not the entirety of the folks that are striking. It's also going to include payments to the RCMP and the military. Those folks are still working. They're not on strike. It just goes to show that the federal government's personnel budget alone makes up a measurable part of Canadian GDP. About 2.5% of everybody employed is working for the federal government. And so it is a big part of employment as well across the country. But I think what's likely is that the economic impact will be felt much more severely in particular regions where there's a lot of employment. And so, certainly in the National Capital Region, particularly on the Gatineau side, where you've got a lot of folks working for the federal government in and around Ottawa, particularly in some of the more rural areas. In those areas, 10% of all the pay that goes to people, in those postal codes around Gatineau comes from the federal government. But it's not just in Ottawa and Gatineau. There's other places like Summerside PEI, for instance, or Miramichi, or Shawinigan or Cape Breton. In any of those cities, there are those are all areas where you've got a lot of federal government employees. And in all those areas, about 10% of all the pay that's going to people working in those areas is coming from the federal government. Of course, if people are striking, that pay is not going out to those workers. And so those workers aren't spending it in those communities.
Right, David, I know that these are early days. I mean, it's only day two, but if we were to sort of put up a number of sorts, because the last time around we saw a strike by PSAC, it lasted about a week or so. So we're only on day two, but if we were to put a number, how much do you think it's really costing the economy, roughly?
Well, it would have to last for a while. So if it's only a week, I mean, there'll be no real impact on the economy. I mean, if it were to last 6 months, then it's absolutely possible that we'd start to be able to see these figures in the GDP accounts. Given that personnel spending is 2% of GDP over the course of a year, for instance, if we lost a third of that because people were off because they were on strike over the course of a quarter or 2 quarters, you could see a third of the loss. So that'd be, what is that, 0.6% of GDP. And so that doesn't seem like a big number, but in the grand scheme of things, when we've got relatively slow economic growth in 2023, in any event, or that's the prediction later on in the year, this could be the difference between a recession or not a recession in a particular quarter if it lasts all the way through, say, 3 months or the entirety of a quarter.
All right, we leave it at that. David Macdonald, Senior Economist at the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives. Thank you, David.
Thanks for having me.